Well, Joe, we stand here at Trent Bridge a couple of days out from the Test, a ground where you've had much success in previous years. What's made it such a happy hunting ground for you in Test cricket?
I think it's a beautiful cricket ground, steeped in history. It feels like the crowd are very much a part of the Test match. They feel like they're very much involved in it. It's that kind of atmosphere, and if you get in, I think it's a great place to bat. Fast outfield, fast scoring ground. Could be some very good wickets here as well. So it's a place I've always enjoyed coming, and one I'm very much looking forward to playing at again this week.
Yeah, it's interesting because particularly in Tests, it's become a ground that people think of as good for seam bowling. Jimmy Anderson's got some great figures here. Obviously, Stuart Broad in 2015 as well. But do you feel that it does reward you if you've got the patience to get through that first bit?
Yeah, if you can find a way to get yourself in and get used to the conditions, it's definitely a place where you can score quite freely and you can put pressure back on bowlers. And certainly a place I always look forward to coming to and batting, because if you, as I say, have had good success here in the past, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's a great ground, and yeah, it'd be a special week once again.
Having played obviously at Test venues across the country and the world, what is it that defines the Trent Bridge atmosphere out there?
There's like that clear connection with the crowd. Like, they feel very much almost on the field in the game. I think you've got a beautiful mix of the history of the old pavilion and then some of the newer stands, and the sort of unique shape to it as well. I think it gives it a real individual presence in comparison to some of the other Test grounds across England and the rest of the world.
I was looking at some of your past record in Tests here at Trent Bridge. Your first Trent Bridge Test was, I think, your first Ashes Test as well, and opening the batting on day one here. What was that like? Were there nerves? Was there excitement ahead of that game?
Yeah, there was. There was a lot going on. I think the red arrows flew over the top as well before we walked out to bat, and it was my first experience opening the batting for England. So big day, first Ashes Test match as well, and what a brilliant Test match it was, going right down to the wire. A great experience, and something that I'll live long in the memory. It was a very special series that we ended up winning. So yeah, it was great fun.
2 years later came the never to be forgotten Ashes Test here that saw you regain the urn again. What was it like to witness Stuart Broad at close quarters first of all on that first morning?
He was unstoppable. I mean, he put the ball in some brilliant areas and everything seemed to click into place for us. Brilliant spell of bowling, great fun to be out there amongst it, and managed to hold on to a few of the catches as well, which was good fun. And as you say, just one of those moments you're privileged to say that you were a part of it and out there with him.
Do you get a sense when Stuart's on one of those runs? He did it again at Lords, of course, last weekend.
He's done it so many times in Test cricket. It's what makes him such a special player. And hopefully he can replicate it once again this week. It'd be a great way for him to come back here and again produce something very special on his home ground, his favourite ground.
And what was the atmosphere like on that first afternoon as well? You went on to make a ton, but I guess with the 60 all that having happened in the morning, it was a slightly different kind of pressure off atmosphere in the crowd at least.
Yeah, it was obviously a huge game for us. It was a great opportunity. We knew if we won the game, we'd win the series, win the Ashes. Let's just go and win the Ashes. Go out there, score big, make it count, put them under pressure, ride the wave of what was such a brilliant first morning session, and just kill the game off, and we did it really well. So it's good fun.
And if we look back at last year as well, your ton here against India, it seemed in the celebrations that was a century that meant a lot to you at the time.
Yeah, it did. Obviously been tricky the last few years with COVID and everything else that the group been through, and I don't know, just a rush of emotions came over me, and it did just sort of sat really well with me, and one that I really enjoyed out there. It's obviously a great side in India as well, and we were up against it in the Test match, so it did really mean a lot.
And like you say, with the fans having been absent for a year or two, I think it was your first 100 in front of English fans for a few years. So what difference has that made in the last 12 months or so that now you are back playing in front of these packed houses?
It's huge. It makes such a difference to us playing out there. When things aren't going well in particular, it can be quite a lonely sport and a lonely place. And when you see the excitement, the joy, the passion from the crowd, it makes it that all the more worthwhile. So it's been really special seeing them back in, enjoying the cricket and making it what it is. That's sort of what makes Test cricket in England so special, is the interest that's there for it, the love for it, and we as players all really appreciate that.
And as for this week as well, a win under your belt last week at Lord's, a chance to claim the series at Trent Bridge this week. How's the mood in the dressing room?
It's really good. It's obviously been a while since we've won, so it meant a huge amount to so many, and I think winning does breed confidence. So hopefully that can carry forward into this week, and we can back up what was a great performance in the end.
Cheers, Joe. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.